So a long time ago, there was a village. And at this village, people had a custom of welcoming every stranger who came by. Sometimes people came because they were looking for a safe community to be. Sometimes they came because they loved how beautiful the village was and the land was around it. Sometimes they came because they were looking for work. Sometimes they came because they were just looking for a new community or a new adventure. But young people came and old people came, pink people came and red people came and brown people and black people, straight people came and gay people came. All kinds of people came to this village. And the village was able to welcome every single person because they had a magic table. This table, whenever a new person came and sat down at that table, it magically got bigger. And now some people stayed for just a little while and visited and went on their way, and when that person left, the table shrunk up. But some people decided, hey, we like it here. People are really friendly and welcoming. The hospitality is amazing. And they stayed, and they made this their home.
Now, one day, the table had gotten so big that it had filled up the whole room that it was in. And the people started having conversations, they called them meetings, where they would try and decide what to do about this issue. The table was it couldn't get any bigger. They couldn't welcome any more people. Some people thought, oh, okay, let's tear down all the walls that the table is, of the room that the table's in, and then it can just keep getting bigger and bigger. And some people thought, no, let's, we like the walls. It's kind of, you can hang things on them, it's nice. But let's actually set up an overflow room. We'll have another room where people can watch it on video. Other people thought, no, let's just share the chairs. We'll get really cozy. You can have 2 butts in 1 seat. And they thought, let's squeeze more in. They yammered and they talked and they yammered and they talked until one old man said, you know what? I've had just about enough. I don't think there is any more room here. I don't think we can welcome anybody else. I'm worried that there's not going to be enough food to go around, there's not enough space, there's just not enough. And so, they listened to that old man and they set up a whole government and police and military and everything. They set up borders all around their village. These big fences so no one could get in.
But as time passed, some of the people, especially the young people in the village, started feeling like they were missing something. They were missing out on meeting new people. They were missing out on learning about new languages or learning about different ways of living in your life. And now that no strangers were coming to their village, things got a little boring, actually. Most of all, some of them just longed to feel like they were in a place where everybody was welcome. Because if some people aren't welcome, then you just kind of start to wonder, am I welcome here too? And so, one day, some of them left, and they crossed that border out of the village. And that's the thing about borders. Often, it's much easier to cross them going out than it is to cross them trying to get in, right? And some of the elders also thought, that our traditions and our ancestors always taught us it is important to welcome everyone and to have a sense of hospitality. And so they decided, we're going to follow those young people as well. And they left, searching for a new place.
Eventually, as years passed, the old man was the only one left in the village. The table had gotten so small, there was just enough room for one person. And he felt a little bit empty inside. Here he was safe and secure, nothing could go wrong, but he was kind of lonely. And there was something not quite right. So he got up and left and went wandering. And eventually he found a city. And in the center of the city, he started recognizing some people. There were people who he had known from the village, but then there were lots of other people who he didn't recognize at all. People who looked so different. And they were all gathered in this giant meadow, right in the middle of the city. And he stopped to ask one of the people there, what's going on here?
Oh, you must be new. Welcome to our community.
But what is this place?
Well, this is the welcome table, where there's enough room for everyone.
Welcome table? I don't see any table here. There's just a big grassy meadow.
Oh, silly, don't you know? You don't have to have an actual table in order to have a welcome table. It's just a metaphor.
And just then, the people gathered around and started singing. It was a song that had been passed down through generations, a song that the ancestors of some of those people who had gathered had sung when they were not welcome. And yet they still held on to a vision of a welcoming community. This is the song they sung.